Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our November 2016 customer webinar. Today, Phil Pracht, Product Manager for our Business Directory and Classified offerings, will show you what's new in BLOX Ad Owl and BLOX Classifieds and demonstrate some easy ways to drive more traffic to your classifieds. In the room, we also have Teresa Nelson, our Director of Business Development, Cherry Wolf, Marketing Specialist here at Town News, and I'm Aaron Gillette, Marketing Director. The presentation will take about 30 minutes and a Q&A will follow. At any point during the presentation, you can type a question into the chat box, but we'll hold off on answering them until the end of the show. Take it away, Phil.
Thank you, Aaron, and thank you everyone for joining us this month. So, to kind of quickly get you started, what we're going to be talking about today is obviously getting more from your classifieds. On the agenda, all things ads. So we're going to be talking about a few features that cross the span between classifieds and Ad Owl. So we'll be talking about creating and editing orders with the new Ad Owl order entry wizard. We'll also be talking about this print-to-web revenue opportunity that we have. It's a new program that we're kind of introducing and want to let everyone know about. And then we're going to talk also about a freemium model with this new print upsell from Ad Owl, as well as some additional tips and tricks to help you improve display promotion of your classifieds and what more you can do, kind of suggestions that we would offer that you do, possibly some other other things that you probably either have heard about, whispers of, or don't fully understand what you can do. So we'll be kind of jumping into more detail as we continue into this presentation. So the first things first is this Ad Owl order entry wizard, which we're very, very happy to introduce. This wizard will allow your CSRs the opportunity to create and submit new orders from the BLOX admin, allowing, of course, you greater access to fulfilling these print and online classifieds that are being placed. Much like the interface for users submitting orders in the front end, this wizard contains the steps necessary to fulfilling an order from the admin, including the ability to choose a publication. You will also be able to choose a category for these orders, choose a package, of course, then after that, add text, online text, and you can apply upsells even. In the event a site compensates their associated CSRs for placing these orders, we're now tracking which BLOX user placed this order so that you can compensate them in the end if you needed to. You'll also notice on this screenshot here at the bottom of the screen is a notes field. So if you're accepting if a CSR takes a phone call, for instance, you can now place these notes if they immediately want to ramble on about what their ad is going to consist of. You can now take these notes. They're internal use only, so you can save them if you need to provide any additional notes thereafter. But otherwise, you can paste in these notes into the appropriate fields as you continue to place this order. The goal here with this one is to obviously improve your newsroom efficiency. Gone are the days of you having to create a separate publication that's going to be a private one where you can enter that, and gone are the days of even those people having to even write down on a piece of paper what this order is going to create or what they have to create for the order. And even, of course, God forbid, you're writing down credit card numbers and placing them that way. We'll have this, ultimately you can place an order from scratch and you can process payment in the final step through this order entry wizard. We're very excited about this. In addition to this wizard, we also now have this duplication tool. So for ads that have already run in the past or are currently running, you can now quickly replicate an existing order with the new duplicate tool in Ad Owl. Now this is available to everyone, as is the order entry wizard, as soon as this is launched, which is in the next couple weeks. The goal with this duplication is to, obviously, if you want to fix any minor mistakes with an existing order that has already been placed, and you want to place, if you want to change the run date, or if you want to change a color, or if there's a spelling mistake, you can replicate this order and change that and resave it, and you'll have a new ad, and an order will take place for the next run cycle. And then if you wanted to, in fact, rerun the same ad, let's say someone places a garage sale one week, and they want to rerun that exact same garage sale the following week, now you can duplicate that order quickly with this order entry tool. So that, again, will be available in the next couple of weeks from AdOwl. We're very excited about that one. And now we want to talk a little bit about some new revenue opportunities for classifieds that we're very excited about these as well. Some of them you may have heard of, some of them you may not have. We have introduced one of them publicly in release notes, but the other one is pretty new, and that is our print-to-web solution called Search Boost. Search Boost is our print-to-web solution, and it's all automated. So what it does is it automatically converts your print ads to SEO-friendly display ads online. We'll extract the information from your ads and even associate them to a BLOX business directory listing if you have that product. Also, you don't have to do it yourself. There are quite a few other sites who are actually adopted this program, and all of which have seen some great success with, most of which took advantage of this upsell opportunity by simply placing a flat rate price increase for all of their orders being received right now. So the benefits that they would receive are outlined in promotional materials to each of those advertisers, and then these orders are going to automatically have a kind of $10 or whatever price you really want to, but suddenly you're going to be growing revenue very quickly with all of your print ads. Obviously, the best practice is probably notify your customers of the upsell opportunity and their online presence that they're going to be receiving from all of this. And not only that, but all of their pages will have an additional SEO lift, which is great for them. Their ads are now searchable and findable online on popular SERPs. So kind of how it looks is very similar to this. Here we have an example of a bulletin block on the left-hand rail. This displays in a masonry grid layout, meaning however many ads are displayed in there, they'll all kind of appear underneath each other in a space optimization is top of mind on this, so they'll all appear right next to each other, and they won't be too jumbled. They won't look like they're going to fall off the page. You won't have a lot of blank space. And then beside that, with this bulletin block, once you click one of these ads, it'll appear with this little overlay that includes the ad as well as the related business, if it has a related business. So of course the business as well as the ad receives this additional SEO lift when it's related to that business directory listing. So if you don't have business directory or BLOX business directory, it's okay, you can still do this without it. But there is additional SEO lift that you would receive that the business would also receive if it's related to this ad. So we consider it. If you haven't even contemplated business directory yet, we suggest contacting your local regional sales rep about that, and we can kind of give you details about that as well. Another opportunity, so what we're continuing to do and what we always strive to do is to deliver unique products and services which improve the advertiser retention for you and to help grow revenue for you creatively and rapidly. So this new upsell, you may be familiar with AdOwl's upsells already. There's a category upsell. If someone wants to upsell into a separate category, they can do so with this. If they want to add additional images to their online portion of their ad, they can do so with the image upsell in AdOwl. If they also just want to stylistically add a bold first line, they can do so with AdOwl. This is a new online-only upsell. It's called the print upsell that we want to talk about. Now, this is a opportunity to upsell your print or your ad, your online-only ad, into a print edition, more passive approach to doing so. And this is arguably going to kind of change the model for how you are currently doing your classifieds. You have obviously a lot of competition out there, and this one is kind of changing things up and presenting it more of a freemium-based model. We're talking about placing an online-only ad first, and which is essentially a free ad if you so choose, and then the user will have the option to upsell into print if they choose. Now, this approach has been effective for several sites. It kind of obviously changes the game quite a bit for you if you wanted to do this. So the user is not having to choose between a print and online package at their first step. Instead, we want to get them entering the information as quickly as possible for their ad. So instead of having them choose a package, they're going to automatically have that package chosen, and then they're going to start entering the details for their ad, and then they have the choice to upsell their ad into print. This is obviously a big change, and we are welcome to that change. We want to see someone try it out. We feel like it's going to work a lot better, and it's going to provide a much better use case, a much better opportunity for those end users to actually place those ads and get more revenue, obviously, for your print products. So we offer a number of different solutions for sites that may have different classifieds needs for their particular site. In previous webinars, perhaps release notes, you may have seen us talk in detail about autos and real estate classifieds. We offer 2 additional classified types that are capable of including great detail in great detail additional data for those specific categories. The first of which is vehicles. If you're in a market where local auto dealerships are heavy advertising investors, this product will only strengthen that relationship for you. Here we have the BLOX Wheels product, which you may have heard of if you're not already a part of it. But the idea is that you're promoting your local dealership's inventory on your site, and you're going to have a destination for them to actually promote their vehicles on there. They may have already had other vertical products around here. You obviously heard the big ones, but this is a solution that's more locally based, and we also offer, of course, in-depth analytics for all the vehicle performances that you'll see for that vehicle, for those vehicles on the site. We have a dealer summary report, which offers, like I said, in-depth. We're talking page views, impressions, but not only that, but referred traffic and the amount of leads forms that have been submitted, whether they're prints, emails, of course, phone calls. All of that kind of detail is provided in our reporting for this vehicles product. And then we also have a real estate product that's very similar to what our vehicles is, but this is a destination for agents in your area to promote their properties, of course, but more importantly, themselves. So real estate agents need to have, obviously, their own promotion kind of widespread across their market. And of course, we also offer the similar reporting that we offer with the autos for real estate. A good story that Christine Masters, my boss, the director of product management, she kind of mentioned this to me when she bought her home. It was, so she was looking for where to look to buy the home. She went to these other vertical products, of course, but she wanted a real estate agent to help her find the right home. So she looked in her paper, and the first thing that she saw was, who was actually spending the most money promoting themselves on this. So when she found her realtor, she based it on the amount of advertising this person was actually doing. So there's 2 ways here. You're obviously going to have a vertical product that's going to have these real estate assets, and you're going to be able to promote that, but you're also going to have the person themselves, the agent themselves, getting the promotion that they need to continue to advertise with the paper and with the site. So there is always two ways to go about these vertical products. You're talking about dealers, and you're talking about agents who need the promotion in addition to their properties and their vehicles. So the products that we're providing, the BLOX Wheels and the BLOX Real Estate products, are kind of serve 2 purposes. You want to have that promotion from obviously the dealers and the brokerages as well as the agents, but they also provide a great source for finding your new home, you're finding your next car. So some tips and tricks that we want to get into, and I'll kind of get into a bit more detail after the presentation is over to kind of show you some examples. The first one is fielded data. I'm not sure if you're familiar with a lot of all of this, but when or if creating custom categories in classifieds, it's always best to not do top-level categories if you're going to create them. As many of the fields that we use are category-based, so when you're making a brand new top-level housing category, rather than going into housing/homes and making a category, you miss out on having a whole slew of additional fielded data that we would otherwise be providing automatically. So it's our recommendation that if you're going to create new categories, don't rename your top-level categories. Instead, go underneath the top-level categories and create a category underneath that. That way, the subcategory that you're creating will inherit the fielded data that we otherwise would have had, that we've always had all along. So a good example is housing sale, where we have several different categories in that, but if you're going to rename housing, then you're going to lose out on all of those automated fields that we do provide. And there is a level of automated parsing that we will also provide with that you could be missing out on. And the reason why fields are very important are not only searching purposes, but also block queries. If you want to create a block that's going to have custom fielded data in there, if you want to only have real estate listings with pools, you can do so with this fielded data. But if it's all being stripped out, then you're going to miss out on those opportunities. That's why fielded data is very important in these classifieds. So again, we recommend, if you're going to rename these top-level categories, rename subcategories or add subcategories as opposed to top level. In addition to that, we also, as a courtesy reminder, I wanted to bring up an additional asset type, which I'm not sure if you're using, or I don't see a whole lot of usage out of it, but coupons is another asset that's available to everyone right now with classifieds. What you're seeing here is, it's unique to classifieds, obviously, and similar to vehicles and real estate, wherein it comes pre-populated with discount-centric details. Coupons receive this unique display and are easy, of course, to print and submit right back to businesses if they do print them out. The best part of that is that businesses can immediately see ROI if they're being printed out as soon as they're handed one of these things. Not only that, but we do offer additional analytics for all of these classified ad types as well. So including coupons, an advertiser can see that they had this many prints or this many views and impressions, so on and so forth. Not only that, but if you're onboarding a new advertiser and you're doing so over the phone or in person, I would suggest, or I would recommend at the time that you're doing so, why not get 6 of these? Why not get 12 of these coupons? Or just let them know that you're going to create these things, and that way you can schedule them throughout the year or recycle 6 throughout the course of a year and have them continuously populate that they can take advantage of. Not only that, but the advertiser will get the promotion as well as, or if the businesses, in this case, as you're looking at, will get the additional promotion, but they have a schedule that they can kind of count on, and they also have continuous promotion on your site. And if you get enough of these coupons, you can create a virtual coupon book or a destination for coupons to be taken advantage of, or clipped out and printed, and they can be submitted that way. So you have, just with coupons alone, an asset type that you already have, you can create a destination for some sort of virtual coupon book that would be almost highly in demand if you have enough people taking part of it. So if you're already kind of onboarding an advertiser, have them submit 1, 2, 6, however many coupons that they want to run throughout the year, and you can kind of continuously update those. Utility regions. This is something that I mentioned Christine Masters before. She had mentioned in a previous webinar that I really want to reinforce. Utility regions are these new areas, these critical points on a page that you can now place, whether it's promotional material, additional blocks, banner ads. These are points on a page that you did not have access to before that you can now utilize. Retention can be just as important. So having this kind of opportunity to place blocks at these critical points within classifieds and search detail pages are going to be an awesome way to kind of promote yourself and other additional features that you have. So if you were to create a new newsletter for classifieds, vehicles, coupons, or jobs, for instance, you could promote that newsletter with these utility regions. I'll kind of show you some examples after the presentation. But again, it's perfect for mobile. You have additional banner advertising if you needed to, and it also helps you promote not only submissions to classifieds, but also any newsletters or any other blocks that you might otherwise not be able to promote in the classifieds and utility regions. Related classifieds, this is a exciting new feature that we're proud to kind of release in the last Flex version, which went out Tuesday. These are so essentially icons that lead to ads or coupons, homes, vehicles, or events on businesses. So if you have a business that has related ads, products, or homes, or coupons, for instance, will now have direct links to those various asset types on a related business. You're going to increase, obviously, retention and integration with the classifieds and business directory themselves. If you're not seeing them already, you might soon. You'll look at business search results and you'll see these little links that can click off to their search results. Again, this is something I'll kind of show you at the end of the presentation, a real life example. But this is a great step in continuing the advertiser relationship wherein they will be able to obviously find more of this business's related ads, coupons, homes, vehicles, events. And then also coming up soon, we have product assets. So So product assets, we're now introducing e-commerce into classifieds and business directory. Very excited about this, actually. So if you are a business, let's say, and you have, or a local shop, and you have products, and you want to be able to advertise those products on your news site, you can now do so. The benefit of this is that you have a Buy Now button that links directly to a third party for payment and fulfillment. So you're talking about this immediate click-off redirect to promoting their products. And I'll again show you more examples at the end of the presentation here. This is great for creating and curating content if you wanted to create a collection of these product assets to promote for evergreen content like your holidays, if you have Christmas products that you want to promote, or if you even have some sort of book reviews, you can relate a product asset that's going to be sourced from perhaps Amazon where they can buy that book. And not only that, but you would receive, if you are in fact working with Amazon, or if you are an affiliate of Amazon, you can just do this, you can sign up for that in Amazon. You will receive a portion of that payment through Amazon if the link came from your site. We're looking for anyone who's interested in beta testing this right now. So if you want to have product assets, either if you want to relate them to articles or if you want to relate them to a business directory listing, please contact us. I'd be happy to set that up for you. I just want to get people using them pretty soon, and we're looking for anyone who's curious about trying them out, obviously.
Who should they contact?
They can contact me. I'm Pracht. It's kind of hard to explain. Or they can contact their local sales rep, and they can field it to me thereafter that. But we're in the progress. We really want to get these out. We're excited about it. We're going to be adding a lot more to this, in fact. But we're just looking for anyone who's interested to see how it works and if they want to create and relate these to either business search results, backfill their classifieds with products, or they want to relate it to an article. But let me know if you're interested, or let your sales rep know if you're interested, and we can immediately do that. Another thing you want to let your sales rep know is if you want to take part in our rental guide. We obviously have the verticals product, but this is a new rentals guide that we're very excited about. This is a consolidated search of both apartment complexes and individual apartment classified listings. So one thing that you'll notice in your classifieds is that all of it is individual listings, mostly private party. But imagine, if you will, that you could go to an apartment complex or apartment properties in your local area and tell them that we want to, if you want to advertise with us, we can start getting your properties. Not only that, but we can advertise your property on our real estate vertical or on our rental guide. Now, the benefit of that is that you're going to have, obviously, these properties who are going to be able to take advantage of their properties and kind of dynamically change what's available on their user dashboard, but the properties themselves get even more attention and even more promotion through this rental guide. So if you're on a search and you're searching for 1 bedroom or 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, you would have not only the classified search results, but you would have the businesses that fall into that criteria kind of be advertised at the very top. So the apartment properties are getting even more attention. Again, we're looking for someone who's interested in beta testing this. We are, in development right now. We're always looking for feedback. So if you're interested in having a rental guide, markets are probably going to be included for military installations or colleges. If you're falling into those categories, or of course larger cities, let us know. We'd love to get started with something like this with you. So that kind of sums up my presentation. Some of the takeaways that we have here are obviously revenue opportunities with the print to web ads from Search Boost. If you're not doing that now, currently, we suggest that you do so. This is a powerful upsell opportunity to get these print webs online, or these print ads online. So if you aren't doing it, please contact us and talk to us about Search Boost. We'd be happy to set this up for you. And then obviously print upsells. And then we talked briefly about placing print and online orders made simply with the order entry wizard. We have obviously tips and tricks, including the fielded data recommendation, of course, other resources for automotive, real estate, coupons, and the apartment guide. If you're interested in rentals guide, contact us, as well as those e-commerce classifieds. If you're interested in doing those, we're always looking for feedback and beta testing for that one. That way.
Well, thank you, Phil. Great stuff. Now would be a good time to type in any questions you might have into the question box in GoToWebinar. A few questions have come in already, so we'll start working through those. The first question that we had is on utility regions. Wondering if you could sort of demo those a little bit, or
yeah,
show off that functionality a little bit more.
I would be happy to. So, like I said before, these regions are critical points on a page that you otherwise didn't know were there, and it's kind of, Christine mentioned them before, they're kind of hidden beside page customizations, but in design blocks, you would edit your classified's URL. So here I'll scroll down to, actually I created a special vertical for jobs that I'll edit. And then beside page customizations, you'll find utility regions, which happens to be open already. Now you'll see all assets and search results, and then you'll have these points which can all now be accessed, which weren't otherwise before. So I'll kind of show you an example of how this looks with this job. I added this one in the middle of search results. You can kind of see a preview of where this is going to appear, and then I'll show you how you would add this. So we're talking about cancel, remove it. I would add a block from here. I could add it just like this from the block search results, or if after I created a block, save it, and then at that point I can preview what I'm looking at. Here I've created a kind of jobs landing page. We have business directory obviously integrated, top jobs, and then if I do on search results where I place that block, you can see intermingled between the search results we have this email opportunities, this employment opportunities block that will appear. It's going to be great for mobile users. As you know, when it's responsive, the right rail will kind of carry underneath all of the search results. But now you can enforce or force this block to be placed within the search results. So kind of showing you an example here. We have these, of course, these jobs. You have your search map, individual jobs, and then the user would find this block kind of interspaced between the listings. So that's an example of how you would enter those, but there are several different other regions that you can now add to if you so choose. Above search results would appear above the search and beside the shows results for, and then top of search results is going to appear just beneath of search results. Obviously I placed it in the middle, then you have another region for below. We have another customer who are currently using these regions for banner ads. If they want to have target a specific vertical product, so let's say real estate, they could sell specific banner advertisements to real estate advertisers and place these banner ads in the search results if they choose. So you have a lot of dynamic possibilities with these additional utility regions that you didn't have before.
Now,
so
utility regions are flex.
Yes, yes, they are Flex templates only. So if you're not already on Flex templates, we suggest you contact your regional sales rep to get in more information. It's highly recommended. Responsive is obviously kind of the name of the game as far as Flex templates are concerned. We're talking about being able to have obviously one URL but to access both mobile and desktop versions of all of this. So it provides a lot more availability to every user. Obviously, on mobile's growing exponentially.
So if you're not on Flex, get on Flex today.
Get on
Contact
Flex.
your sales
Yes.
rep today.
Yes, absolutely. There is a lot more that we're adding, of course, to the utility regions. Classifieds is one area. There are, of course, editorial places that were being added. We're going to be adding more to calendar as well as business directory. All of our products kind of spanning the whole wide gambit across all of those. We're going to be adding tons and tons of more utility regions. We want to give you as much flexibility to adding these blocks as possible. Yes.
Okay. The next question, does Search Boost extract the text from a PDF, and does it use the same algorithm as the marketplace ads?
It extracts the text, yes. I can show you an example of kind of what we're talking about here. Here's a classifieds kind of example. Before we get into that, I can quickly show you, you can kind of see where I've sourced those coupons before. Here's an example of the coupons with the related businesses. And then here's a display ad, very similar. So here's essentially what Search Boost could look like for you. If you have a bulletins block, you can have all of your display ads appear in there. The business would receive, of course, this right-hand rail treatment. If it didn't have a business, it would just be the ad. And at this point, yes, the extraction now is available under ad details. We are doing a level of extraction that is helpful. The text is obviously going to include in the meta description or meta tags for the page, and it's then searchable, of course, online. Sometimes the extraction level for this isn't perfect. It depends. There's some best practices that you can take to when you're creating your PDFs, when you're creating these display ads that you can do. That would make it a lot easier for the extraction points to extract even more text from the ads themselves when you uploaded them. So sometimes the text isn't always perfect, but that's why we hide it here. In this case, more often than not, it's going to look nice, but it's all about the PDF creation that you are doing yourself. So here we have obviously the business data that's included, the address, and then obviously all of the text that's extracted.
Okay. I believe this question is referring to the product asset. Okay. Will the e-commerce have a social aspect to compete with Facebook's new marketplace?
The social aspect of it is that, you can still share these products obviously, but there is no integration yet with with Facebook, so it's not going to create an automatic Facebook product. But we're talking about trying to combat what it is that Facebook's currently doing by having these articles. That's why I kind of assume it would be more product related or more content based than it would be individual products. So if you wanted to create content that's going to be, top 10 products or top 10 books to read this month or this year, our favorite books from this year, or our favorite Halloween movies that are going to be going to Amazon links or eBay links or whatever you want it to do. So it's more content creation based than it is a direct competitor with what it is that Facebook is doing with their marketplace product.
It looks like that is all of the questions at this time. If you want to pull up the final slide on that presentation. So if you have any questions about any of the products we've discussed here, products or services we've talked about, please contact your sales representative today. For documentation on these features, visit help.bloxcms.com. Support is always available at 800-293-9576 or support.townnews.com. And our partner community is a great place to swap ideas with other townnews.com customers, and that's at community.townnews.com. As always, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And to stay connected with us via email newsletters, email communications, go to townnews.com/news and sign up, and you'll see a sidebar that allows you to sign up for all of our various email communiques. So visit that today and make sure you're signed up. Other than that, it looks like all of the questions have been answered. So thank you very much, Phil. Great job. And yeah, please contact your sales rep today to sign up for some of the stuff we've talked about.
Yeah, e-commerce, search boost, obviously, and then if you wanted to beta test either obviously e-commerce products or this rental guide, yeah, just let us know. We're happy to get you started.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll talk to you in December.